Hello, YouTube. I'm sorry I have to actually talk a little bit lower because people are asleep right now. But I wanted to talk about something. For a while, you know, um, I had a hard time, you know, coming like in my middle ground of being a goth for a while. Because when I first came into it, it wasn't about fashion for me. I liked goth fashion. I liked looking gothic. I liked all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't really about that for me. You know, I was drawn to goth because I liked the dark and spooky and romantic feeling I got from it, emotionally and psychologically. Uh, and I feel that goth has always had that. I was also very drawn to it because of the music. I've always loved music. So I mean, when I heard the idea of gothic music, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. But as I progressed into goth and I came into the goth club scene, I seen a lot of goths that had gothic clothing from gothic clothing stores. Lots of trip pants from trip pants in New York City or Tripp NYC. Tons of goth dudes wearing trip pants. And so I wanted the trip pants and you know, tons of goths with, PVC gloss clothing from Phase Clothing. So I wanted a PVC gloss clothing from Phase Clothing, so I got that. I got very caught up in this buy and consume kind of thing. And I'm not going to say that I'm done with it. Um, I'm okay with the idea with people buying from gothic clothing stores. That's fine. But like the Kilted Goth was saying, he was saying that and even Kyle Carrion was saying, it comes a point in time where it is too much, where you are legitimately buying like everything that you are wearing is fully bought from a gothic clothing store. There's no individualism there. It's pretty much like you're wearing a goth costume. It's gimmicky as fuck, and it's made from a company. And like the Kill the God said, the company is pretty much creating goths in the subculture. And what he's talking about, it becoming a culture, he's talking about the main culture, which is mainstream. Um, you know, and like I've just gotten sick and tired of watching YouTube videos that are just about makeup and just about clothing and shoes and all these accessories and showing them off and look at my shit, and it's like that's great, but I just hate that it's become that. And I want to get more creative in the subculture. I can't promise that I'll be in the subculture forever. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the here and the now. And I still am into goth. And I still want to be in the subculture, but I do want to start getting more artistical again and more creative. I've been lacking that for so long. And I got caught up in, I have to have this outfit because this other person has it. It's okay if you want to buy a pair of platform boots because the Kiltakoth was saying, I can't make them. Neither can I, you know. Um, so I would probably buy a pair of platform boots from Demonia or New Rock or whatever. Um, I think if you want to get into goth, um, accessories is your main key. Like you know, try to get most of your stuff from thrift stores or from eBay or Amazon and see the potential in a piece of clothing, even if it's just black, and goth it up and make it look gothic and spooky. And accessories like chokers and necklaces and bracelets and rings and shoes and boots. All of that stuff's perfect. Even getting things like investing in a, very well made black wool, top hat, Victorian top hat, and then just getting everything else from, the Goodwill or something. Try to teach yourself how to sew. You know, if you suck at DIY, that's fine. And I understand that. But, you know, I needed to re examine why I was in goth because I got sucked into I have to get that and I have to buy that and I have to save up this ridiculous amount of money and spend this ridiculous amount of money just to look fabulous and just for goth clubbers to look at me and take me seriously with their scene because they're caught up in that. You know, I've seen tons of fabulous goths at goth clubs, but unfortunately, and even recently, when I was at the Taboo costume party, I seen a lot of goths that were wearing full on off the rack goth outfits from gothic clothing stores. And it's like they looked really cool, they looked really nice, but it was just weird because I seen at least three guys with the same pair of pants from Hillary's Vanity and the same PVC gloss shirt from Face Clothing. And that's kind of ridiculous, uh, because I even caught myself wanting to look like other goths, and I was pretty much becoming that goth. So that's just my little thought on that. But until next time, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But that is my final input on that. Bye, guys.